Hello, everyone. Over the next few minutes, we're going to cover the essential fire and emergency procedures we have here at JD Sign Group. This is really important information, and it's all designed to keep every single one of us safe. So, let's dive in.
I want you to really think about this for a second. If an alarm started blaring right now, this very moment, would you know exactly what to do, without even having to think about it? In any emergency, those first few seconds are everything, and this whole explainer is about making sure your answer to that question is always a very confident yes.
So to get to that point of confidence, we first have to start with the single most important principle that guides everything we do when it comes to safety.
And this is it, right here. It all boils down to this one simple idea. Safety isn't just someone else's job. It's not just up to a manager or a safety officer. Nope. Every single person in this building plays a huge part. Your awareness, your actions, they directly affect the safety of everyone you work with.
Okay, so we all agree safety is a team sport. But what does that actually look like day to day? Well, it all starts with something simple, just being aware of your surroundings. I want you to make this a little habit for yourself. Every day, when you get to your work area, just take a second to do a quick mental check for these three things. Where's the nearest emergency exit? Where's the closest fire alarm? And where's the fire extinguisher? Just knowing where they are automatically could save precious time when it really counts. All right, now let's talk about that moment. The moment an emergency actually starts. Because the sound of an alarm, well, it changes everything in an instant. This is so simple, but it's absolutely crucial. The second you hear an alarm, you just stop. Don't finish that last email, don't shut down your computer, don't even grab your phone. Your one and only job in that moment is to stop what you're doing and get ready to move. So, you've stopped. What's next? Well, the next phase is all about a calm and orderly evacuation. Let's walk through exactly how we get from where you are to our safe assembly area. These steps are non-negotiable, and we all have to follow them. We just covered stopping work. The next one is huge. Leave your personal stuff behind. Seriously, your safety is worth infinitely more than anything you own. Then you walk, don't run, calmly to the closest safe exit and head straight for your department's assembly point. So why is that assembly point so important? You know, it's not just a place to hang out and wait. It's where your supervisor will do a head count to make sure every single person made it out of the building safely. That information is absolutely critical for the first responders who might be on their way.
You know, we've talked a lot about what to do during an emergency, but you know what's even better? Preventing one from ever happening in the first place. And that brings us to being prepared. Just look at the difference here. It's night and day, right? On the left, you've got good, safe housekeeping. Walkways are clear, chemicals are stored the right way, waste is taken care of. But on the right, well, that's just a recipe for disaster. Clutter, blocked equipment, you get the idea. Good housekeeping is honestly one of the best fire prevention tools we have. Now, it's good to know how to use a fire extinguisher, and there's a really easy acronym to help you remember. PASS. You pull the pin, you aim the nozzle at the base of the fire, you squeeze the handle, and you sweep from side to side. But, and this is a very important but, there's a bigger rule you have to follow. And this right here, this might be the single most important thing you hear today. Your safety is the #1 priority, always. You are not a firefighter. You are not expected to fight a fire. Your primary, your only responsibility is to get out safely. Evacuate immediately. So, let's bring it all back together. Your personal safety toolkit really just comes down to those 3 fundamentals we talked about at the start. Always know where your exits are, know where your alarms are, and know where your extinguishers are. That awareness is your first line of defense.
But you know, just knowing this stuff is one thing. It's our regular safety drills that turn that knowledge into instinct. It's like building muscle memory, so if a real emergency ever happens, you can act calmly and correctly without even having to stop and think. That's why your full participation in these drills is so important. It makes every one of us safer.
Look, safety is a conversation that never stops. If anything we've talked about today isn't crystal clear, or if you ever see something that gives you a safety concern, please don't ever hesitate. Talk to your supervisor or get in touch with HR. We absolutely want to hear from you.
Thank you for your attention. By working together and staying prepared, we make sure that JD Sign Group is a safe place for everyone.